Hello my lovelies, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How you doing? I hope that you're having a lovely day and you're very excited for today's video because I really am, so I hope you'll enjoy it. If you're brand new to my channel, hi, I'm Chloe, I'm otherwise known as Lady Writes, and I'm thrilled that you're joining me for today's video. So please hit subscribe before we go any further and ring that bell so that you know when my next video goes live, and also head over to my Instagram to give me a little follow there too. It would mean the absolute world to me if you'd also give my video a massive thumbs up. In case you didn't quite gather from the title or the thumbnail, today we've got the Revolution and Friends collaboration, which has just launched. It is brand new and I have got the entire range to show you. I'm going to show you all of the items, I'm going to swatch them, and I'm going to do a little tutorial which I hope you will enjoy. Like, that was supposed to be like enjoy and like all at once, and it came out as 2 words because I'm so excited and I can't control it. But yes, I hope you're going to like watching it. In the collection, guys, there is, well, what is there not? There is makeup bags. We've got 2 lovely makeup bags. We've got the lobster makeup bag and the traditional black logo Friends and Revolution makeup bag, which are pretty nice. If you want to keep your little bits in the collection in there, they're a really good size, so I like those. There are also, God, where to start? Okay, we've also got 3 individual character eyeshadow palettes. We've got Phoebe, Rachel and Monica. There are 9 shades in each palette, so you've kind of got like the little pictures on the front which go with each character. I will show you more individually for them later. We've then also got a Phoebe, Rachel and Monica lipstick, and then we've got 6, I'm trying to reach for them, 6 lip glosses, which is crazy good. We've also then got the amazing Friends Revolution eyeshadow palette, which does have highlighters in, and of course the cute mirror, which I gotta be honest, I flipping love. It might be my favourite in the whole collection. I've wanted a handheld mirror for flipping ages, and now I've got one and it looks like this. How cool. So what I thought I would do is show you each product individually. So I'm going to show you the palettes and then the lip products, and I'm going to swatch them so that you can see the shades and how they would work on the skin, and then I'm going to do a little eye and lip tutorial, so stay tuned if you want to see that. But let's start with the character palettes, which are £8 each, and I think that there's a really good variation in the palettes themselves. So we're going to start with, who's we going to start with? We will start with Rachel's, which is the pink one, and has a lot of kind of neutrally pinks, very working, versatile shades in there. I absolutely love 90s chip and tag in there. Those would probably be my favourites, but we've got a good mix of mattes and shimmers in there. The shimmers perform really well, and I also love this little buy 9 type palette that we're seeing so much of in beauty these days, because you don't then have to invest in like a massive palette which might have like half shades you don't use. This one can be a lot more dedicated. So if you like Rachel's kind of look, obviously she's blonde, she's got a lot of blonde highlights in the show, so those kind of tones will work for very fair skin. And there's also some like shimmers in there, as well as we've got a real nice white in there, which I feel kind of hopefully will make it a little bit more versatile for other skin tones as well. Okay, next up we've got Monica, which I feel the need to confess this. Monica was my least favourite in Friends. Like, don't hate me for that. I don't know why. Like, I liked her, but she was my least favourite of the girls. Probably of all of the characters, actually. And I know that most people dislike Ross the most, but I would say, like, yeah, Monica was definitely my most disliked, or least liked, should I say. I didn't dislike her, but I liked her the least. However, her palette is one of my favourites because these are my kind of tones there. The warm kind of tones with like orange in there, like the neutral crease and transition shades, which are exactly the type that I use all the time. We've also got a couple of shimmers in there, and the twins shade looks really fun as well. So I feel like this would be a great one for autumn. It's got a real autumn colour theme in there. And then in Phoebe's palette, which is the blue one, we've got very pastel tones, very kind of, we've got lots of pink in there, lots of pale tones. So if you have a very fair skin type or a dark skin type, these would perform really well, match your skin tone and also complement it. So I feel like there's a lot to be played with there. Probably the one I will use the least is this one, because of those tones being a little bit pale, and I like my eyeshadow a little bit stronger, but I still think it is a lovely little palette. Okay, next up guys is the Friends Revolution, the huge palette, which has got 27 products in there, 3 of which are highlighters. So we've obviously got these 3 highlighters here, and then we've got 12 shades on either side. Again, really everyday tones. I love it. We've got a purple and we've got a blue, a slightly bright orange. I mean, I say slightly, it's hugely orange there in the Phoebe tone, and they're all named after characters in the show, which I think is a lovely touch. But there's not a shade in here I really wouldn't use. I probably won't use these 2 very much. I might use them when I do a Halloween look perhaps, but everything else I'm going to use, which I love. So yeah, and I also like how beautifully pigmented the highlights are, they're absolutely stonking. So I feel like they'd be ones that you could get a lot of use out of as well. But yeah, absolutely stonking shade selection there. Well done, Revolution. You've absolutely nailed it. And I'll say again, I think I say this multiple times in this video, this is the collection that 2020 needed. We needed this. With everything that's happened this year, we needed this. Okay, then we've got the 3 lipsticks, which are a satin matte. So they kind of go on smoothly and don't feel drying, but they have a kind of matte finish to them. Phoebe's is very, very autumn plum. Monica's is very pink, and Rachel's is very cool toned nude. So it's not like your normal nude, it's like a purpley mauve mood. Nude. So you've got 3 different shade combinations there, and then obviously we've got the lip glosses, which is the only part of the collab with the boys' names on it as well. So we've got 3 for the girls and 3 for the boys, which is fantastic. We've obviously got Rachel's, which is clear, which seems very much in keeping. I do like that about all of these characters and the way they've paired the names with the products. Like, they've totally thought out who would be wearing what to match them. It's not just like a name on a product, which I really like. Joey's is like a champagne pink, which I think is really cute. Ross's is a bright fuchsia pink. Then we've got Chandler's, which is a baby pink with quite a lot of pigment in it. Monica's is a shimmery rose tone pink, and then Phoebe's matches her lipstick, which is a plum kind of purple colour, which would be great for autumn. And then last but not least, we've got the lovely mirror, which handheld mirrors are an absolute staple. I've wanted one for ages, so I'm really glad that I've been able to get one, but I love this design. Absolutely in love with it. I kind of like love it so much. Love it so much. And for price points, as mentioned, the character palettes, guys, are £8. The lipsticks are £6 each. The big palette is 20, and the mirror is, I'm trying to find it, £10, and the lip glosses are £6 each as well. So really, really good price point. As you all know, with Makeup Revolution, you can shop on their site, use Klarna and things like that, so you can spread the payments. There's also like always like special offers on as well. So if you want to pick up the collection, I will link below to every product. But I'm going to dive into a tutorial. Hopefully you will like seeing it. I want to see how these eyeshadows work, see how they perform on the skin, which is clearly what we all want to know, right? And hopefully show you how easy this collection is to work with and how easy it's going to be to slot into your regime. Yes, I'm an enabler, and I'm like, go buy it because you're gonna love it. I do. Okay, gonna try and pin my fringe back a little bit without making too much of a kink. So we are good to go. Now, in the very exciting big palette, which is like one of those clapper boards when they like start the scene in a film. Now, there is tons of eyeshadows, but there's also 3 highlighters in there. So we've got Estelle, Mr. Heckles, and Ugly Naked Guy. Ugly Naked Guy is a little bit of me. Yes, I did just say that. So I think because I haven't put any highlighter on, I'm going to go in with some of Ugly Naked Guy as my little starting point, although we are going to focus on the eyes and the lips with this tutorial. We'll go this side and just bring down. Ooh, hello, Ugly Naked Guy. You can come again. Just gonna add a little bit more. As you can see, that is blindingly beautiful. I like that a lot. I kind of hope that they'll do like a second round now where there's going to be like cheek palettes and all sorts in there, because I just love everything about this collection, guys. It's just so me. So yeah, now we've got a nice little bit of highlight on. Ugly Naked Guy is doing all sorts for me. Just pop a little bit there, and a little bit there. And we've done the first little bit of our complexion stage with the Friends palette. Now, I've got the 3 character palettes. Those are £8 each. And then I've also obviously got the bigger palette, which is £20. So I've got tons of different eyeshadows to pick from, and I don't really know where to start. I think, practically speaking, for the way that I tend to do my eyes, the Monica palette is going to be the one that I'll get the most use out of. Things like we've got Frizzy, Chicken, Bing, those are like the perfect transition shades. I mean, there are a lot of lovely transition shades in the bigger palette as well. I also really like Richard and Rachel and Barry in here, like the shimmers for the lid colours. So I really am spoilt for choice. I may have to do like a video tutorial on each of the mini palettes, guys. Let me know in the comments if you fancy that, but I'm really unsure of where to start. I've got so much choice. I love this collection, so I'm just going to have to dive right in and go with it. So I think we will start with, in the big palette, we're going to go in with the Carol shade and a big fluffy brush just to start the crease and transition. So popping Carol in the crease and just pulling over just to start up that very natural transition, which is always what I recommend starting with, guys. Then you can kind of add any colour, whether you're going warm, cool, whatever, just adds like a natural flesh colour that deepens the crease and transition, even if you've got hooded eyes like me. Okay, so that's Carol on one eye. We're going to just visit the other with my lovely mirror, which, by the way, guys, I flippin' love. So beautiful. It's going to be like my favourite go-to mirror. You're going to see it in all of my videos now. I think it may have sold out from the first run. I'm hoping that they'll be restocking it. So I will link below to the whole collection. I highly recommend picking it up. As ever with the lovely people at Makeup Revolution, you can use Klarna there so you can spread the payments. There's always usually like little offers on as well. So it's always a great place to shop with. So I will link below if you want to pick anything up. Okay, so that is Carol in our crease and transition. So now what I'm going to look for is a shade that is like slightly darker that we can kind of keep building that up. I'm not going to put it too dark. So I think I'm going to go in with, what is kind of like it? I'm going to go in with Paolo, which again is from the bigger palette. Just going to pop it in exactly the same place, but not take it up quite as high, which is just going to add a little bit more of a darker crease to smoke out the eyeshadow. Oh, wow. That is a beautiful shade. Perfect crease and transition shade there. And just pulling that in a little bit on the bottom of the eye to start with our shadowing, slightly up towards the brow on the outer, and then resting in the crease and transition as you pull over as close as you can to the inner eye. I'm really liking how these shadows are working. There's very little fallout, which is great. We love that, because I always think like a lot of fallout on the face is like when you know that you've not got good quality shadows, and these aren't doing that. So it's giving me full control over where I'm popping it, which is obviously what we all want, right? Okay, there we have it. So we've built up the crease and transition. What I'm going to do now, because I want to start smoking it out, as you guys know, is find like a dark brown. Now this one is the Rachel palette. I love a bit of Rachel. We've got the lovely Crush shade down here, which is the perfect smoke. Do I want to go in straight in with it? Yes, I think I do. What we also have in the Monica palette is the Frizzy shade, which I actually think it's a little bit more matte, it's a little bit more cool tone, which is where I'm going to start. I'm going to take a slightly smaller but still fluffy brush and go in with a little bit of that Frizzy, just to start continuing. Or just to start continuing, that's a total contradiction. I'm going to add a little bit more into the crease and transition, and then we will follow up with something a bit darker, literally just on the baseline to create that shadow. So we're going to go in with Frizzy, starting with a dab over here, circular motions, just focusing on that outer area and pulling towards the middle, no further than the middle, just again, very subtly building up that smoke and that shadow. So you can see what that has just done there. It's just added a little bit more of a natural smoke without being too stonking or too like defined. I like mine very natural, like all of the colours blending together, because it makes it the perfect everyday look, I find. We will go in with the Rachel palette with the Crush shade now, which is very, very dark. Really liking that and think it's going to give us the perfect like smoky eye look. Okay, so now we've really vamped up that smoke and I'm loving it. Now I need to find my lid shade. Okay, we're going to go in with Mr. Heckles, which obviously I know is the highlighter, but it's such a beautiful champagne tone. So I'm going to add that just on a flatter brush, just onto my lids like so. Sweeping across so that it goes on all of the available skin. See, we will tidy up that blend as we go. Okay, now I'm going to go back to Ugly Naked Guy, which seems to be doing all sorts for me today. And again, just add a little bit starting on the inner corner and pulling over. Okay, now there are some very exciting metallic-y looking glitters. I really like the twins in the Monica palette. So I'm gonna take that on my finger, which looks very, very metallic, and just see how it works. It may be that I need to wet it. I'm just gonna give it a go. Okay, so it's added a real nice shine. From the inner to the mid of the lid is where we want to go. And you can see, obviously, we've got it on this side, but not this side, so it's added a lot more shine and made it a lot more sparkly, which you guys know is my signature. I love shimmery lids and then a real nice smoke, so that's worked really, really well. So I'm going to go back to my blending brushes and just revisit. I think we're going to go back in with a little bit more Crush again, which is obviously from the Rachel palette, just to add some more definition over the top of where we've added just a little bit of the highlight and the eyeshadows on the lid to really smoke it out. Okay, now we've done that, I'm just going to go back in with the first Carol shade just to pop underneath my lash line, taking a much thinner brush and just following the lash line underneath, just to pull the whole look together. It's really hard not to do that mascara face when you're doing things like this. Spo? I meant so. Bear with if you can't stand the facials. There we go. Okay, so that is our eye look and I am loving it. The eyeshadows were a dream to work with, I flipping love them. But now I'm just gonna go and pop some lashes on and then I'll be back and we will do the lips. Okay, there we have it. That is my eye look complete and I am loving it. Like, oh my gosh, I flipping love this collection so much. Like, this is exactly what 2020 needed. Anyway, within the collection we obviously have 3 lipsticks. Now I really like how cool toned Rachel's is, and obviously Phoebe's is very plum and very fun, but I feel like to go with this eye look I'm gonna go with Monica's because it's nice and pink, and you guys know I love me some pink. And then obviously we've got the 6 lip glosses as well, so I want to top my lipstick with a lip gloss, and I thought that the Monica perfectly matched the Monica lipstick. So you've got pink and shimmer in the lip gloss and a lovely pink rosy tone in the lipstick, which I thought would be great. Obviously the only thing that we don't have is a liner, so I am going to line my lips with my normal everyday lip liner and then go in with the lipstick and follow with the gloss.
Lights are shining bright. My friends are in the club, we'll go all night. I see you in the back, the mood is right. If I just had your number, I would let you know how I feel. You walk up to me, start dancing to the music and
So guys, there we have it. That is my Friends Times Revolution tutorial, little testing out of the products. What do you think? I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, what you think to the products, the palettes, the lip products, what you think to the look I did. If you're going to be picking it up, all of those things. I love reading those sorts of comments, so please leave me one below. But my thoughts are this: I am blown away. Also, I think that Revolution have upped their formula of eyeshadows because these were really good. There was so little fallout, like literally no fallout on my eyes whatsoever, which is the biggest like thumbs up mark I give to any eyeshadow, because I hate fallout under here because I'm not one of these people who does my eye makeup first and then my complexion. I do my complexion first and then my eyes. It's just how I prefer to do it. So if I have eyeshadow with fallout, it sits under my eyes and I hate it. So these were a really good formula, guys. So for that, I have a massive thumbs up. I'm really impressed with it. I also really like the colour selections in all of the individual little character palettes too, because they were actually all really workable. And sometimes, I gotta be honest, I hate with collections when they pop too many like bright colours in there, because I'm an everyday makeup. You guys come to my channel, I hope, because obviously the tagline of Lady Writes is everyday beauty for everyday women like you and like me. So the really bright colours are fun once in a while, but not for everyday use. So I love the shade selection in here. I feel like every colour in this entire collection is wearable and versatile enough for you guys to use and enjoy as much as I'm going to, because they're definitely going to be staples in my little collection, which is not that little anymore, but you know what I mean. I'm going to keep using them because they are massively thumbs up, highly rated, and I can see why they've sold out so quick. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope that you've enjoyed it, especially if you're a Friends lover as much as I am. Please make sure that you hit subscribe before you go, and I will look forward to seeing you very soon for my next video. Bye!